A big hello once again to everyone watching. Welcome back to City Bus Manager Part 6 in our Croydon save, where things are going quite well, apart from the fact that our network is very oversubscribed, is how I describe it. Because as we can see here, we have 300 people waiting at Fairfield Halls, 277 at Croydon Flyover, and in between, just for good measure, another 150 waiting at Croydon Library. So I feel like a goal today is just to add capacity to all our existing routes, namely I'd say the 466, or never mind, probably the 312 actually. Actually, it seems like demand is equally split between the 312 and the 455. So whoever suggested that it was the entirety of chat who voted to actually do the 312. So I thank you for that, because it's proved really beneficial. And also, hello Crazy. I had 1,100 people at West Croydon bus station, lol. I've had over 3,000 people in my Brighton and Hove save at one point, but that was before the game devs fixed that little bug. Wait, now you shouldn't really get crowds that large, but I used to have that on a daily. And what was worse is they were all waiting for a service that I was running at every 5 minutes with bendies. So it was just like, and of course it was a uni service. You know, it just makes sense. What else is it gonna be? Here they're all waiting for the 466 and the 109. So this is a bit of an issue. What this means is that so far every single one of our routes has too low of a frequency, is what this implies. Because they're not all waiting for one route. There's large crowds for multiple different routes, which just is a problem. Also, I love how the game, it doesn't route them through fell roads like they do in real life. It actually routes them, when they come serve Park Street, makes them do a U-turn straight back out to Fairfield Halls, which in real life is absolutely not possible because there is no way to turn from here straight to here. And what the game is actually making them do, I think, is come up to George Street and then U-turn here, which is also illegal. But the game doesn't know that, and I'm not going to tell the game that, because otherwise it will just go error 404, where else am I meant to route them? So, anyway, coming back onto our capacity problems, yeah, it just looks like every single one of our routes just needs a frequency increase, which is insanity. I could try run a few extra buses on our busier routes, which again, 455, I don't know how that's the busiest route in this save. In real life it's postponed, it's being suggested for withdrawal. The 466, that's also busy, which is pretty accurate to real life. The 109, that's very accurate to real life. We also have a massive horde waiting at our service centre. Now, I would add places for them to sit, but since they don't really complain about that in the service centre, I started ignoring that, and instead I put the minimum amount of seats. I mean, look, there's one spare here that they're not even sitting at, so they can't say I don't try. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put more, like, operator desks, to try reduce the waiting time. Oops. Try not block the other service desks. This will make this area really crowded. However, hopefully, I can also increase how frequently we actually serve these people, so that they're not just sitting here. Hire a bunch of service employees, and yeah, basically turn this into like a McDonald's drive-through, pretty much. They come in, we serve them instantly, bam bosh, they get out, throw more people in. Also, hello, Southeastern Transport. Oh, interesting. So we have Southern Transport, and now we have Southeastern Transport. Get double-deckers. That's a good suggestion. Sadly, I don't have those unlocked yet, but upon saying that, I now have the option to actually research double-deckers. Hopefully we get some Tridents, some Scania Omni-Cities, or the Volvo B9s. Speaking of that, I sent extra buses onto the 455 and 312. Now I do not have enough buses to actually assign these shifts. Damn. The 312 and 455 are problem routes. I'm going to go back into my Croydon save. I'm going to increase capacity too, because I have 900k money to spend. Do you mind helping a brother out? Could you loan me some money, please? I'm desperately short. And I've also maxed out my loans, so right now all I can do is just sit and wait, pretty much. But then again, I also have... ticket prices are just absurdly low. Because what I've done is, sod it, copy TFL. But you know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to raise up the single price ticket up to about £2.30. And the short distance ticket can go back down to £1.50 like it was a couple of years ago before TFL hiked their fares. Assign that, so now we have to assign some routes. Also this... poor little soul. Oh, actually, I thought there was only one person. There's more than one person there. They're trapped here. What poor design from me. There's some doors so that they can escape this hellhole that I've inadvertently created. Put some counters up just to remind people how long they're going to be trapped here for. And how long to tell their loved ones are going to be missing for. What routes do you got in Hayes now added? The only route I have in Hayes that I've added, which also technically isn't in Hayes because we've not expanded that far, is the 119. But I do plan on adding a few more routes in Hayes, probably create like the 314, probably do like the 353 as well. That is the goal. Sorry, Croydon Council doesn't like you because it's Croydon Council. No, they don't like me because they're also broke. I'm surprised they even give me any subsidies. If anything, they should be raiding our bus company because we're actually making money, unlike them. This is unfortunate. Sorry, state of affairs here. Have I unlocked any buses? No, I have not. Alright, well... Oh, actually, no, I say that. A bus has turned up. We're going to assign you onto the 154. The stinky bus can go onto the X26. This can go in the 403. And we have 3 delayed assignments. Oh, God. Well, thankfully, TFL isn't exactly known for its punctuality. Actually, I say that. It's more known nowadays for their over-regulation of everything. Making buses sit around at bus stops for, you know, a solid 20 minutes, just for good fun. Have we unlocked double-deckers yet? No, we have not. That's going up slowly, so what I'll do in the meantime... Also, that bus has arrived there, send that out. This has also arrived. This needs a cleaning before it goes out, though. As does this, as does that. Sign that out onto this. Take that out onto that. Now we have no buses for the 466. Oh, we're running a really tight operation here. If one of these buses comes back with a broken engine or flat tyres, that's it. Our service just collapses. As soon as they come back into the depot, we're sending them straight back out. Apparently we have another vehicle that's come in. Oh, we do. It's on this side, which is also minging. So get that cleaned up. Just roaming the streets of South London does that to you, especially the streets of Croydon. If you got Addington Village and New Addington, then you should be able to do the 64. That's true as well now that I think about that. That is a route that I've been planning on doing. That will happen next. They should be giving you minus money instead of plus. Yeah, exactly. They should be taxing the ever-living hell out of me. Clean that. Send this out onto the 407. Send this out onto the 455. This goes out onto the 312. This is onto the 466. This is also criminal, some of the vehicles that I'm sending out onto these busy routes. I'm sending single-decker vehicles, some with single door as well. Where is the capacity when you need it? And I'm out of buses again. Oh, this is an unfortunate state of affairs. Okay, that goes out onto the 455. This out onto... I didn't even check. I just want to send the bus drivers out onto their shifts. This is out onto the 130, which does remind me I should probably also change the name of that route because it's, for some reason, I've decided to put the destination in as well. So go to bus routes, go over to the 130. I'm going to edit its name because for some reason I've put where it goes to and from as if like I don't already know. Also, the 130 isn't even a route that we technically run. It's a subsidised route, so it's the council paying for this route. I didn't realise they had the spare pennies in the coffer to fund this. And 4332 if you haven't done the 433. Well, I haven't. Well, if I had this game, we'll do my own operator and do local routes, and we'll include Croydon anyway. The problem with this game is you can only start in one geographical area, then you can slowly expand. So, for example, I started in central Croydon, and I've expanded in every single direction actually one time, so that's why it heads out to Norbury in this direction, Streatham in this direction, Coulsdon in this area, and down to New Addington / Coney Hall area in the east. So send this out onto the 119. Oh, I now panic over. Okay. We're very close to hitting the target of having 47% network coverage, which we will probably do with another route. Probably will actually do the 64 next, since we do actually have a large majority of the route actually visible to us. We can do that. But before we do that, we go over here and we've unlocked the new route master. I'm disappointed. My disappointment is immeasurable. However, that doesn't matter. We are going to have to create a new route. I say that, maybe not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mull over my, the routes I currently have, look at what's the least profitable. We don't run that anymore. The least profitable is the 312, but that's only because we just started running it. The 130 doesn't really make much money. The X26 kind of makes money. How many buses does the 130 use? What's its PVR? Its PVR is... Wait for it to load, do the calculations. Also, hello, DJ. It requires 5 buses. Aha. Right. So let's reduce that down to 4 buses, because that's a bit extreme. And for a 20-minute frequency, that's also a council route. I might withdraw the 130 for now and then create it sometime later. Withdraw the 130 and then create the 64. However, this is a unique route. It doesn't have much overlap with anything. I would lose coverage if I did that. But if I withdrew something... The problem is I don't really want to create like a route that requires that many buses. I kind of want to make a route that just requires 1 bus for now to get up to this 47% network coverage goal, and then use the money that generates to buy more buses to up the frequency of the other busy routes that we have. I've expanded south and east so far. Those are always good places to expand. However, in Croydon, ideally you'd want to expand south one time, because Croydon kind of is on the border of London. If you go any further south than Coulsdon area, you start going into Redhill, which is, it's okay, but it's a bit barren. So it's a bit better to expand up north, so you have more like central London locations. Expand out to the west, towards Sutton area, towards Morden. Or expand somewhat in the east, less so in the east though, because you have Bromley and like Hayes area. 359? I was going to start in Bromley, so yeah, let's do those routes first. The 359 maybe, but the problem I have with the 359 is it doesn't seem like it would be a busy route. Then again, I say that, but I didn't expect the 455 to be a busy route, and it's my most profitable route. So that is a good shout to do the 359, which recently has converted from SEs to electric EVs. Like, who would have thunk it? Right, so the 359... I also can't believe I'm actually recreating this. So it stands at Purley High Street, but then comes down from Purley Downlands Precinct. It comes via Foxley Road, and then up here, Downs Court Road, Riddlesdown Road, Riddlesdown School, Riddlesdown Station, although I don't think it serves it there. And then Lower Barn Road, then via Riddlesdown, Mitchley Hill, up here, then it goes via Sanderstead. If I remember correctly, right? Yeah, this is the direction the 359 goes. Have you done the 166? I have not done the 166 yet. Sunstead Plantation, Ferns Close, Farley Road, Old Farley Road, Selsdon Crescent, Selsdon Primary School, Ashton Vale. And then up here, it's just a bit weird because it does like a loop of Monk's Hill. I think that's what this area was called, or it's just an area in Selsdon, which is where it used to terminate before it was extended down to Purley. Gravel Hill, and then over to Addington Village. I'm pretty certain this is what it does. Might be... Oh, actually, you know what? No, because I'm pretty certain it comes up doesn't go via Lemon Gardens. Sorry, Lomdon Gardens. Someone's misspelt London there. Freelands Avenue, Heathfield Vale, then Monk's Hill. Doesn't go via here, it goes via Monk's Hill. Have I done... I might have done this wrong, actually, now that I think about it. Because it definitely serves Pigston Way. But it also serves... Hang on, I think I've done this in the wrong direction. I think it goes via, like, up here, Lamond Avenue, and then... Hang on, I'm gonna have to check a route diagram. I have confused myself, even though this is a route that I've used quite often, and I should know better. This is pretty embarrassing from me. Ah, right, okay, no, I see what it does. That's actually incredibly confusing. So it does actually serve it, come up here, but it doesn't do it like this. What it does instead is... Let's go up to the beginning of this loop. So delete Heatherway, delete Tedder Road, delete Shepherd's Way, delete Freelands Avenue, Heathfield Road, Tedder Road, Monk's Hill, John Ruskin College. Hang on. Wait, hold on. Edgecombe, St. Francis Church. Get rid of this. Okay, so what it does instead is it goes Ashton Vale, Pigston Way, Monk's Hill, and then it turns into here to then serve this loop around here. No, it doesn't make any sense to me either. Yeah, that's what it does. So in one direction it serves it there. And then it comes back down via Lamond Gardens. Okay, not necessarily like that. Freelands Avenue, then down to this road again via Lamond Gardens. And then goes via John Ruskin College. So it comes back up here, then John Ruskin College, it goes up to... It turns into Lamond Gardens, Heathfield Roads, and then it does the loop in the opposite direction. Edgecombe, Heatherway, oops, not serve a new stop up there that we've just created, and then serve down Monk's Hill and Pigston Way before continuing on through Selsdon to Addington Village. That's horrendously inefficient, and it's going to add loads of time to the running time of this route, to the timetable. But this is what it does. I mean, in real life, this route has decreased in frequency from every half hourly to every 45 minutes. Actually, it might even be hourly now, which is a heck of an improvement on what it was before when it just terminated in this housing estate over here. It was like, I think, 3 journeys a day, Monday to Friday, peak out, like shopping hours, and that's it. It was basically like a shopper's route. Okay, so this takes 1 hour round trip. That is fine. We're also not going to run it on a Sunday or on a Saturday. And according to the timetable, the first bus is at 7. Oh, that seems incredibly late for a London service. And it actually has the same timetable every single day of the week. That is really intriguing. Yeah, so it's every 45-minute service now, starting at 7, and then the last bus is at quarter to 8. Wow, how they have actually massacred my boy. This used to have a better service than this, and it actually does run on Sunday at the same times. There you go. That requires 1 bus. That increases our network coverage. This route also does a loop in Purley, only when heading towards Addington Village. That is true as well, actually. Now that I remember that, I have done the loop wrong. Actually, no, in saying that, doesn't it... I've always picked this up from Downlands Precinct. Does it not just go straight from Downlands Precinct? Just increase the frequencies of the 64, 157, 198, 289, 312, and the 466 every 20 minutes. Going to expand my depot. Remember, the 359 goes around the estate both ways. I did make sure to do that. It's just, I didn't think this is how TfL actually made it go around the estate, because this is such an inefficient way of doing it. Instead of going Ashton Vale all the way around here, and then continuing on to the main road from John Ruskin College, instead making it come all the way up here just to turn back into here. It's a bit inefficient. The 359 actually runs Sundays. I do know that. I just kind of wanted to skimp out and not run it on a Sunday because I didn't think it would be that busy on a Sunday. Kind of do like a hybrid of its pre-extension to Pearly days, where it just ran during shopping hours and not on the weekend. From the W15, yes, that's true, actually, yeah. Thanks for that, because I couldn't remember off the top of my head where those EVs actually came from, but yeah. It's a shame, bit boring, but then again, like, the route hasn't been the same for me ever since it lost its evolutions. Because those, the ZF on those were just tasteful. So, it swings and roundabouts for me, to be honest, and I haven't used it ever since it pretty much lost its evolutions as well. Yeah, did 45 minutes, did TfL let a random person make this route? Honestly, it did feel like it was just like maybe an intern at TfL that originally created this route, because as I said, it used to just terminate here, literally Addington Village around to Monk's Hill, to Selsdon, actually, which was such a pointless little stub of a route. What was worse is the fact that this was introduced, created, and ran during a time when they also had the tram-link feeder routes. So you also had like another route that came via here as well, the T32? Or was it the T31? I can't remember which one it was that terminated at Forestdale, which is up here. So it was just a pointless little route that went from Addington Village up to Forestdale, but then here, this wasn't a feeder route, this was just like a Sundays only shopper service route. It was a bit confusing, and I do miss the tramlink feeder routes. And yeah, sadly they decided it wasn't picking up the passengers. It didn't have the demand they thought it would have. I imagine COVID probably put a damper on any success the route probably would have had. Considering this was like this route here, especially between, well, not necessarily Sanderstead, actually, now that I say that, but this road here was unserved before the 359 was extended down here. Actually, I think it was just this road here was the only part that wasn't served before, because I'm pretty certain this road is actually served by the 412 as well, but it just turns up here. I think it continues straight down here before turning up here. Or maybe it does, no, because the 412 definitely doesn't continue down there. But its entire purpose for existing, TfL, its reasoning was like, just because this section here didn't have a bus service. So that's why they extended it down to Purley. And, I mean, to be fair, it's a very useful link, because it's the only route to link Addington Village to Purley directly. And that's what I'd always use it for, because it would be a great way to get back home when I used to live in Croydon. Because I used to live closer to Purley than actual central Croydon, so, you know, I did see a video recently of some people doing a race between Bromley and Croydon, which is a route I used to do. And one of the ways, if I just, you know, had time to kill and I want to take a fun way of getting back home, I'd always come to, I take the 314 to Addington Village and then take the 359 up to Purley and then take the 466 up through Croydon. I mean, that would take absolutely forever, and it's not like, you know, that video was like a race. This wouldn't even be in a contention with those numbers, because like most routes were within about 50 minutes between Bromley and Croydon, whereas this route took easily an hour and 10 minutes end to end, but it was always fun. Oh, Seven Transport said something in chat, but then retracted his statement. See, I like to think we run a free society here. I'm not going to delete any messages unless they're spam. So you could put that back in chat if you wanted, if you want me to read it, or you can leave it deleted. So we're getting our manline cities cleaned. Also, This also hasn't really increased our network coverage that much. Create more bus routes to connect to the 47% of the buildings and point of interest on your bus service. So what I'm going to do, since I think a large majority of the points of interest aren't down here in this area, I think they're more in this area. I think it was like the 470 someone suggested in one of my first parts, so I might make something like that. I kind of want to do like a round the house service between Morden and St. Helier, but I can't remember off the top of my head what actually that round service, what that service would actually be. If it would be like the S4 or like S1. Just looking at a map of bus routes in the Morden area. The 470 maybe actually would be a good shout, because it does connect Sutton with Morden. Except I don't actually think I have that section of road unlocked. It's like, yeah, it's over here, so I can't really... That's unfortunate. What the heck does the 463 do in Coulsdon? Top 10 questions scientists can't even answer. Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's around the houses type of routes, the 463, to be honest. It's also a complete spaghetti mess. Wow, it really does look like a mess on bustimes.org when you look at the route, and but it goes from Coulsdon South up to, what's it called, Pollard's Hill. Actually, via Bedington as well. Oh, actually, that actually would be a pretty good route to create. However, this doesn't really serve that many points of interest. Or new points of interest. Actually, what I'm going to quickly do is, just because I want to get this 40% target, I'm just going to create like a... Let's say like the S56. This doesn't exist in real life. This is just an imaginary route. It's going to be a route that runs from Sutton. So you can do like a loop around Sutton, St. Helier, and up to Morden, pretty much. Start it from here because this is closer to the bus garage. It's literally just so that I can get network coverage in. That's all I'm doing. And it's going to be like an express bus route, pretty much. It's like a rail replacement bus route. Oh, Morden Station, Morden Court. That's on the wrong side of the road. Turn it around Morden Station. Nope, don't serve outside Morden Station. I know that there's a stop over here for Morden Station. Send it down here. Send it via here. Then send it via Canterbury Roads. Or Dorchester Roads. Around Rose Hill. St. Helier Hospital. This literally is just to get my coverage up. That's the only reason why I'm making this route again. I've made a bit of a blunder here. So from here, whoops, don't serve the same stop twice. Via Carshalton, and then up to the meadow over there. This is a circular route, it's completely pointless. Just doing this to get that rewards. Confirm. Does that increase our network coverage? Does it or does it not? Have I completely messed everything up? Also, this requires 2 buses if I run it every half an hour. Let's change it back to every hour. The 468? Oh, the 468 is a pretty good trunk route to do, running from South Croydon up to Elephant and Castle. I mean, now that you have Thameslink, which provides pretty fast services up through into central London through East Croydon, there's not much reason for the 468. Like, you wouldn't ever take it end to end, but it is incredibly busy, just from people using it between like South Croydon and Thornton Heath and like Norwood's area. Hold on, could do the 718. Oh, I could do the 718, that's very true. After the stand, the 359 goes left, Void and Purley Station. Christchurch Road does a round most of the roundabout via Low Bridge up a steep hill to meet the 403. Does it? Oh, you know what? You are actually right. Oh, I've done the 359 actually really, really wrong, because I've just remembered. Yeah, I have... Oh, yeah. The 359 doesn't actually take this route here. I'm pretty certain this is this is what the 412 does. What it actually does, I've literally just remembered now that you've mentioned it. It goes via Pearly Downs Road, then it comes up here, and then it turns through down here at Sanderstead Road, and then it follows the Brighton Road down to Purley. You are actually very right. I made a huge mistake there. Damn, it's really been that long I've completely forgotten the entire route of the 359. I could correct that. What is the timetable? I mean, the problem is it's already every hour. And this requires 2 buses already. Alright, well, it's just gone midnight as well, so these changes are going to take place tomorrow instead of today. Actually, as a matter of fact, because I've messed up so much of this route, I'm going to just delete this and start again. So delete that, create a new route, create the actual 359. Not the 3598. Start it from Purley High Street, which is where it does go, and then it goes Purley Downlands Precinct. I can't remember what it does to actually... Does it go around Purley Library then? I cannot for the life of me remember what it does to turn itself around from here. So after the stand, it goes left, avoiding Purley Station, and then right around the roundabout. Oh, does it just do a U-turn around the roundabout? Do you do the routes so they are in real life? A large majority of the time, yes, if I'm doing, like especially a London save or in an area that I know. Then it goes on to the 412 following. It sells to Selsdon opposite Sainsbury's. So it doesn't go via Purley Station, doesn't do that, but I do know it goes via here, and then it goes around. Yeah, I'm pretty certain it just does like a loop around here before turning back on itself. Go via Christchurch Road, Montpelier Road, Brighton Road, Purley Downs Road, Biddulph. Actually, no, wait, hold on, it doesn't go via Biddulph Road. It then turns via here and then goes via Norman Avenue. That's the route it does. There we go. Downs Way, Sanderstead Hill, and then Sanderstead All Saints Church, Amblebrand Road, Sanderstead Plantation, Ferns Close, Farley Road, Old Farley Road, Selsdon Crescent, Selsdon Primary School, Ashton Vale, Pigston Way, Monks Hill, then goes into Heathfield Roads. It does this loop. And it does serve it in both directions. But I'm not sure if I can be bothered to make it serve it in both directions. Via Addington Village, back round here, John Ruskin College, Monks Hill. Alright, I guess we will serve it in both directions then. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. That was a big oversight on my part. Via Monks Hill, Pigston Way, Ashton Vale, Selsdon Primary School, Selsdon Crescent, Old Farley Road, Ferns Close, Sanderstead Plantation, Hambledown Road, Sanderstead All Saints Church, and then goes via Sanderstead Hill, Downs Way, Maywater Close, Norman Avenue, and this is actually the section of road that didn't have a bus service before. Yep. And then what it actually does is it goes straight here to then turn into Brighton Road, Purley Downs Road, Montpelier Road, Purley Hospital, before going back to the high street. That's actually what its route is. Oh, and it takes the exact same amount of time. Run it hourly from 7 until 8. There we go. So it just uses one bus. I've just tuned in and to see you've already messed up. No. If you wind back 20 minutes ago, you'll see that I did this route with a definite confidence. It was misplaced confidence because it was completely wrong. And dear God, a large majority of my buses are not fueled, prepared for morning service. I was too busy fixing up my cock-up from earlier. No, look. I did have confidence in me being right. Get these all cleaned, prepped, ready for tomorrow's service. I say tomorrow is today's service. But yes, to answer Deutsch in real life, yeah, I do mostly just do like real life routes. I'll imitate them to the best of my knowledge. Sometimes I fail, evidently. But yeah. Also, this route over here doesn't count at all towards my network coverage. So I don't understand what the point of it was. Anyway, besides the point, doesn't matter. Just recreate the 468 at every 20 minutes. Then they'll run out of fuel when you send them out with basically no fuel. Yeah, but then that's a problem for the bus drivers, right? I don't actually have to send out a recovery vehicle. This game doesn't do that. They just have to like push the bus back to the depot by themselves. It's not a me problem if I don't refuel it, right? Or I could be like some other more smaller indie operations. Did I say indie? I meant like independent. Which actually require bus drivers to refuel the buses themselves when they get into the depot. None of this, you know, upper management having dedicated shunters to refuel everything. No. We're going to make our staff refuel them, and if they don't refuel them, then it's on them taking out a bus to completely die and run out of fuel like halfway in service. So assign this onto the 312. Whilst we're here, I did kind of want to unlock like the Trident or the B9 or just anything else, honestly, aside from the new Route Master, because I've used that way too many times, and like you've all seen it already. I'm gonna run an extra bus onto this this make-believe route I made, this fictional one, the S56, which if you squint just looks like 556. One of my tasks is also to ensure fewer shift cancellations. Even the game is ragging on me for how bad I am, constantly cancelling every single shift. Now they'll pull up to a petrol station mid-route with a bus full of people and be delayed by another 75 minutes. Look, okay, I didn't say that because I didn't want to give them ideas. I wanted to make them feel like they were completely helpless. Also, if they did that, they're definitely paying for the diesel out of their own pocket because we're not giving them a company cards. That ain't happening. They can rock up to Shell and then put like £200, £300 worth of diesel into the bus's fuel tank. Go up, try use a company card, and then the card gets declined. Sorry, sir, we're going to have to come out and siphon all that diesel back out. Actually belongs to us now. Say the petrol station. Also making really good use of the like interworking between shifts. Sign this onto the 466. This goes onto the 455. And finally, we can research more double-decker buses. Hopefully, we get something UK-based. And I'm hoping it's the ALX because I kind of want to create like a X-Stagecoach, maybe X-Connex livery. We can also expand. And we also get the shift scheduler. Hallelujah, I don't have to constantly remind myself to actually manually assign each of these shifts. And this will also scream at me with how short we are of buses. Sign this onto the 359, onto the 359, onto the 130. And where's the final bus that we have? This can go into the 455. Yeah. Oh yeah. We should just give your bus drivers any ideas. Yeah, please don't. This game is having a go at you for how bad you are. It's taking my job. Yeah, exactly. You don't even need to be in chat anymore, crazy. What are you even doing in there? You know, it's literally just the game telling me that I'm completely awful at what I'm doing right now. Also, this poor soul who has to research all of this, all on his own. You know what? I'll be nice and I'll hire one more researcher because this guy's stressed out of his goddamn mind. And by one more, I mean 3 more because I can't count. And I think I've run out of buses. Great. So hopefully the research for this new double-decker comes along spiffingly fast because I would like to buy a new decker. Please. Before this shift gets cancelled. Another one of my targets is to reduce the delay down to 4.3 minutes. We do a TFL here. We don't run on timetables. We run on headway. So I'm going to ignore that. We don't care about delay, lateness, earliness. Also, this route, the S56, has fulfilled its usefulness. So we're going to delete it. Get rid of it. Keep the bus that's running on it. You know, it can keep running on it for today, but from tomorrow, it's going to be withdrawn. Actually, to be fair, it would be really useful if this guy could come back into the depot now. Hint, the route doesn't exist anymore. Please come back to the depot. But please? No? Okay, he's going to keep going. Don't want to give the bus drivers any ideas, but then if they do run out of fuel, they'll probably be telling the passengers to push the bus if they want to get anywhere. I mean, to be fair, when you have a bus full of passengers, especially as like most of my routes will have, considering look at the state of the town centre, the amount of people waiting at Fairfield Halls. Yeah, just tell all 55 or 90 people, get out and push, otherwise you ain't getting home. But in saying that, you know there's going to be some like freeloaders who aren't going to get out and push. It's probably going to be like someone's nan sitting down thinking, she survived the war, let's get everyone else to finally push her to her home. No. We don't discriminate. Even if you're an old pensioner, you get up on your feet and you push that bus back up to your home. We don't care if we're sending you up Gravel Hill or Annerley Hill in Crystal Palace. No. You're pushing the bus all the way up there. The gagged group, not friendly to pensioners since about 10 minutes ago. Your average delay is 7 minutes, with the highest being over 750 minutes. How the hell did you get a bus to be that late? Like, I've had buses that are about 2 hours late, and I thought that was bad. How the hell is a bus 10 hours late? Explain now. Is the timetable just no? Like 0. That's how much time you have to complete the routes. Nothing. No, all the passengers at the bus stop too. You know, at that point, you might as well just create a massive conga line of, all around the route of like 500 people just line the entirety of the 109 routes and then just push each other forward one by one until you get to wherever your house is or wherever your stop is and just leave the conga line. See, that's a more efficient way of transporting people. See, some people call me like a mini Elon Musk here with my inventive skills. Ah, damn, I do not have any buses. And I really want to save the money that I have to buy a Decker. You know what? Sorry, we're going to have to cancel this shift. And since I cancel it, I do get another shift. God damn it. Okay, it's fine. We have 2 hours. So hopefully some other vehicles should come back to the depot in the meantime, please. I'm begging. I've only had a 140-minute delay, but that was because a bus broke down and I couldn't cancel the trip on time. Honestly, no, that's fair. I'm not going to lie. The most amount of delay I've had, which was about 130 minutes, was literally entirely because my timetable was that abhorrent. The entire route was just delayed on average by about half an hour, but this one particular bus he seemed to be getting everything thrown at him. He probably also broke down as well. He just couldn't make up any time whatsoever. Like, the auto timetabler said the route took about probably like 80 minutes round trip, and I was like, no, I do not want that second bus on this route. Actually, not even second bus, like I didn't want to add extra buses onto it because I wanted to run it every 20 minutes, and I was like, no, that costs 2 extra buses. We're going to reduce this down to the timetable to be an hour trip. Turns out that was a huge mistake, and that's the results. You end up having buses that are on average about half an hour late, so, you know. Then there's like 500 people pushing the bus. I just run for my life and get a 6-hour delayed Southern service. You know what, bold of you to assume that the Southern service would actually even turn up, to be honest. Did I expand? Oh, I did expand the depot. Oh, that's interesting. I don't need the space, because they also expanded the starting area, but that's sweet. Speaking of, it might be worthwhile also now getting a few route masters, even though I do want to kind of save up for an ALX. I'll get one more route master. I don't know why it's pitch black. Load up. Okay, maybe don't load up a Brighton and Hove templates. Should we do a Coaster 700 in London? See, this is what I miss about London, is the fact that, like, liveries used to be... Okay, maybe, sorry, hold on. This is a bad example. That's before I updated that livery. Where is it? Where is it? Not that one. It's not that one either. Yeah, it's this one here. See, liveries used to be exciting like this, actually have root brand, and nowadays London liveries are just red. No colours, it's sad. Just do Metrobus London. This is typical London livery right here. Could do Stagecoach, I could do... Kind of tempted to do... What is an operator I have not done yet? Their old livery. So I've done London United. I haven't done Metro Line, but Metro Line is literally just the skirts. It's a blue skirt. But to be fair, they did have black headlights, which I don't actually know how I would do on the ALX, because one headlight is already black. The other one, if I make it black as well, it will just make it look like the bus has a black eye. I've seen a pic of the CBM server where buses almost reach 4 digits of delay. How is that even possible? Whoever that is should just not be allowed near buses ever again. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to load up the LT2 livery. There you go, the London Transport livery. With this little square where, like, advertising boards are meant to be usually. And also, since whilst I'm here, because this really annoys me, I'm going to correct that. I'm going to actually correct this windscreen here because it does not slope down like this. It just stays. There we go. And apply. See, we have a special LT over here. Not using your LT60 livery. Oh wait, hang on a minute. Yeah, I think you did send me that, didn't you? You might have done, you might have not have done. I don't have it installed either way. It was midnight, and the bus was meant to be driving at 1 PM. You know what? A star for efforts. Just not even a grade for execution, honestly. If anything, it should be you that gets executed for having the service be that late. I have a 35-minute delay Trident on the 157, which is the average TfL bus, maybe below average. Now, that sounds about right for having a Trident on the 157. Actually, to be fair, it should be like a Volvo you actually have on there. Because when Abellio used to run the 157, that is what the average delay would be, going up Andley Hill, because those buses could not make it up that incline at any sort of speed. I had an Advanti 2 I8 end up terminating at... Oh, right. You had an Avanti run 2 hours later and ended up terminating there and then ran back to the depot. Southdown. Yeah, I did also have Southdown livery. Because, yeah, I was doing like a Crawley save around Gatwick Airport and Southdown run a few buses there. So in terms of capacity, again, 312, 455. Might be worthwhile actually increasing the frequency of the 455. Most profitable route of 466 is second most profitable. So I can either increase the frequency or increase the size of the vehicles that go on it. And I am feeling like doing the latter. Also have unlocked a new double-decker. What have we unlocked? We have unlocked the Omni City. Ah, finally! Delicious, tasty vehicles, which I'm 100% going to slap into the Stagecoach livery. Actually, no. You know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to slap it into the London United livery. Because they did have a Scania that was repainted into their old non-100% London red livery. I cannot remember which vehicle it was. It was SP102. Yeah, so I'm going to get this recreated. The London United Scania Omni City. So, we get the London-ish reds. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. Get the squares. So the top is all white, and then it has a grey skirt, which follows around the headlamps over here. There isn't... I think there is a very slight white line above this grey skirt. And this is a pretty light grey one, so probably around there, I'd say. Actually, get that... Yeah, get this and copy and paste that. Oh, that's easy to remember. It's just AE, AE, AE. Get the... Where is the top of... I think this is about where the top of those headlamps go up to. So get that slightly higher. Like that. Get that like that. Get this livery nicely recreated. I actually also have no idea what it looks like on the back, now that I think about it, because it could be completely different back here, but that does not matter. That doesn't faze me. And also the top of this vehicle sort of looks like a... what colour would I say that is? It's not like... It's not perfectly white, but it is somewhat grey. Now, I'm not sure if that's just because... Oh, that's slightly too high. Hold on. Get that like that. I think... Yeah, okay, that is way too high. Copy and paste that. Remember that the grey colour was just 80, 80, 80. So that's absolutely trivial to remember. Get that down here like this. There you go. Pretend like, I don't know, it's been in like some scrape. It's been dented. Whoa, this game looks really cool. What is it called? It's called City Bus Manager. You can buy it on Steam. It is £25. Allows you to create a network in any part of the country. You can choose, it doesn't even have to be part in England. You can also do it in Europe if you want, if you'd prefer. Give it a slight, okay, maybe not, I want it to be slightly off. It's not like, maybe it is fully white, but that's just like the picture I'm looking at. Yeah, I guess that is properly white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this bigger square since this is a larger area. It covers all the way down to here. Get this white upside down skirt. It's not really an upside down skirt, but you know. And then the front just wraps around. It's a shame that it does look a bit like chody. It's a bit thick. It's not really accurate to what a Scania Omni-City looks like on the front. But then again, this was like a last-minute development. And they weren't originally planning on adding these vehicles. So, you know what? We can let them off for it. It's completely understandable. Get this over there. Yeah, it's vaguely the same. Then the 8E, 8E, 8E. Which was the grey I chose to vaguely represent the London United grey skirts. Get it over there. Little skirts. Also just realised it's going to be an absolute pain in the rear to do this section over here, because, I mean, look at this. I'm actually going to do that front section last, because that's going to be really, really painful to do. And do properly, at least. No half-hearted attempts here. And get this over here. And then whilst we're here, because I also do have the London United logos, I'll also get one... I mean, there would be one up here, but then the gap between these two windows would be larger. So I'm gonna... That looks a bit pathetic like that, to be honest. And then I'll get one up on the rear. Actually, no, on the rear I'm pretty certain it's like up here in between the Destiny number, the back window, and the vents. I mean, it wouldn't be on the vents. So it'd be like that. Gonna make the 367, yeah. Go for that. I mean, again, round the houses route, but at least it makes more sense than the 463. Okay, so the front of the bus, I've got to make this go around 8E, 8E, 8E. This has to go around like this. Get that like that. Whilst I'm here, I might as well add this skirt, because it is, there would be one there like that. 80, 80, 80. And it would be like that, so I can do the rest of that. And then this comes down here. And then on the front it would also say London United, except it wouldn't be like this. It would be, you know, on one line, but I don't have that font, so I'm just going to do that. And also fix the sides before I forget, because the side over here definitely needs to be corrected. There we go. So that's our London United Scania repaint. Slap on a TfL Buses logo on the sides, as there would be one in real life somewhere. Imagine there's a centre door here, then it would be probably around here. Although, in saying that, that does look ridiculous. I kind of want it to be in the centre of the bus, and I want it to be a bit bigger, but the skirt takes up a large majority of the space, so there we go. And that would be about it, I'd say, for this livery. Save that as London United, and then apply it. Oh, hold on, was there... Did I mess up? Did I mess up on the front? Oh, I did mess up on the front. Look here. There's a tiny little grey section there. That's really annoying. I'm going to fix that for our next batch of Omni-Cities, but this is our first double-decker. And, fittingly enough, it's parking right next to our other London United branded single-decker, which we'll imagine is a Dart. Left-hand drive when? North Korea 2, yeah. No, that's true. In this game, you can create Pyongyang's bus network if you wanted. I mean, then again, you can do that in other games as well, except in other games, you kind of need to mod it in, whereas in this one, it's just like a standard feature. If you've always wanted to create Pyongyang's public transport network for whatever reason. So assign this. So assign our brand new double-decker onto the 312, which can take deckers in real life, but actually is ran with EV Optare Metro cities, and it was the very first route in London to actually convert to EV operation on its tender in 2014. It's reminding me of Transdev and RATP in 2011. Yes, that is because London United obviously was bought out by RATP, and Transdev, I think, had something sort of a similar livery. But yeah, they were bought out by RATP, and technically this is a livery that was worn underneath the RATP banner, because the Omni-City was repainted when it was bought, after it was bought out by RATP. Around 2013. At least I think the 367 stops at East Croydon bus station, unlike the 312. The 367 does stop at East Croydon bus station. It stops at the same stop the 466 stops at, which, again, doesn't make any sense. It's the only route that stops at both East Croydon bus station and then East Croydon station again on, like, the left-hand side where the 312 stops. So, you know, I don't understand why the other routes don't. Hold on, I'll actually show it on here. Stops here and stops here. Again, I don't know why TfL don't change it so that every single route serves East Croydon bus station that passes through here, because it would be very useful to have the 197 and 450 also serve here, and 312 obviously. Don't know why it's only the 367. I kind of understand it. The bus station isn't that big and can get clogged up, and regularly does get clogged up, especially with the 64, 433, and where the 312 stops, no, sorry, the 367 stops and the 466 stops is the smallest stop in the bus station. Technically, it isn't even a bus station. I wouldn't really classify it as one. It's just like 3 stops, all like next to each other. Hello, Tico. Also, yeah, I caught up with chat. Sorry, I was just pretty concentrating on getting that livery right. Making sure the Scania does go burr instead of, you know, being set on fire as Scanias like to do. Yes, so now we're just waiting for some more vehicles to return back to the depot. And whilst we're here, we can also assign buses automatically and then realise this is how short we are of vehicles. So we're short about, I'd say, 7 vehicles. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we can't slot these in onto pre-existing shifts. For example, actually not for example, that's a bad example, as it turns out. Actually, no, I say that, hold on. No. Sometimes the shift schedule in this game is not that efficient. You could, like, slot in a few extra shifts. However, in this case, I'm pretty certain I'm probably not going to be able to slot in these remaining shifts anywhere. Yeah. This is looking like a lost cause. Because all these shifts start around, well, after midday. And all these shifts end around midnight. Anyway, for tomorrow, we are 4 buses short, 5 buses short, I can't count. On Sunday, we're 3 buses short. Also assign bus drivers automatically. So these are early morning shifts. Are there any... see, for example, here, I'm pretty certain if I did a bit of shifting around, I probably could get another shift in here. I'm not sure where I would switch this to, though. See, that requires a lot of efforts. I'm just going to take the easy route out and just buy a couple more buses when I have the money. Speaking of, one new Omni City. Load up the London United save. Go around the front. Correct this because it's going to bug me every single time I see this vehicle. Ideally with something that is a bit less noticeable. I hate the fact that they put an outline around these shapes so that you can actually see when you've messed something up and you're just budging it. Because look, now there's just a rectangle there. You know what? For the sake of immersion, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this be a bit brighter so it looks like it's a panel replacement. Or like just... Or maybe, you know what? Make it black. Make it be like duct tape. I've just duct taped this in. No. There we go. Pretend like, I don't know, a driver's hit something there. And it's just been filled in and bodged and like it's completely the wrong colour. The rest of the bodywork is faded apart from that one section there. Everyone wants to ride a 64 on my save. 1,400 people at West Croydon. Any opinions, please, on the 410? Oh, the 410. The 410s are horrendously busy routes. Oh, I need to buy some replacement parts. What does this need? This is broken down. So it needs air conditioning, indicate air conditioning. We're in London, don't need that. Not going to repair it. Brake pads and some V-belts. So brake pads, V-belts and indicators. Some indicators, some brake pads, and some V-belts. Oops, deliver those instantly. Get that clean, get this cleaned. Have all those parts arrive in so I can fix this bus and send it back out. It's meant to go out in 40 minutes. I'm looking unlikely it will go out before being repaired. It will expand in the company premises again for some reason. I don't really know why I did that, to be honest. That does remind me, though, I can build some trees, increase the decoration rating of this place. Because right now, it probably doesn't look that great. There we go, have a singular tree. Have another tree. And that's about it for decoration. 1,200 people at Ruskin Road with 400 people waiting on the 264 towards Mitcham Common. If trains were available in the game, you could add the Bakerloo line to Hayes. I mean, to be honest, I think there's a game very similar to this in terms of NIMBY Rails where you could pretend and simulate something like that, extend the Bakerloo line down to Hayes, which would have been very useful had it actually happened before the end of or before the start of 2030, basically. But it's looking unlikely that will ever happen. And also, since you've said year 64 is very busy, that has inclined me to actually make the 64 in my save as well. West Croydon bus station, does it stop at Luna House? I can't remember. I'm pretty certain it's only like the 198, the 194, and like a few others that actually stop at Luna House. I'm not sure if the 64 stops there as well. Go to Whitgift Centre, then it goes around to East Croydon bus station, before then turn around to Garrick Crescents, Fairfield Road, Selborne Roads. It doesn't, then goes via Birdhurst Gardens, Birdhurst Road, South Croydon Station, Campton Road, Old Palace of John Whitgift School, Manor Way, Bollard's Way, Farley Road, Crome Valley Road, Brent Road, Queen Hill Road, Foxheath Road, and then the 64, I'm pretty certain, turns into here. It goes via Old Farley Road, Selsdon Crescent, Selsdon Primary School, but not serving it twice, Ashton Vale, Pigston Way, Monks Hill, John Ruskin College, Featherbed Lane, Gravel Hill, and then in real life it does continue on to New Addington. You know what, I might as well do the entire route whilst I'm here. I was very tempted to terminate it short at Addington Village, but since it actually probably does serve New Addington, Vulcan Way, I will just extend it over there. So what it does is it then follows the 130 via Applegarth, and then around the high-rise section, the high-density section of New Addington. But unlike the 130, then continues on through here, then Goldcrest Community, going down through here, before then doing a one-way like thing around King Henry's Drive, continuing on down to Central Parades, turning down here to Cleves Crescents, Thorpe Close, this Crescent, Homestead Way, although it doesn't turn into there. Homestead Way, King Henry's Drive, Homestead Way, Warbank Crescents, Red Start Close, before terminating at Vulcan Way. Now, in other countries, it might be more efficient to create this as like a one-way loop, but here in the UK, we don't do that. We double back on ourselves. I say more efficient. It's not really that more efficient, to be honest. Cleves Crescents before going via Overbury Crescents, and then Central Parades, then New Addington tram stop. This does also then serve... Oh, it doesn't serve New Addington tram stop in that direction. King Henry's Drive before coming up Letchworth Way, Tilford Avenue, Goldcrest Way, King Henry's Drive, Firmly Close, Merrow Way, Castle Hill School, The Lindens, North Walk, Foxcombe, and then the Coppins, Brewery before going to Applegarth, and then serving Fieldway before going back towards Addington Village and heading towards Croydon. Double run at Addington Village, Gravel Hill, Featherbed Lane. Oh, and also you meant the PDLs on the 410. Honestly, absolutely loved them. They were a great batch of darts. I'm pretty certain... I'm actually not certain if they're Euro 4 ones. They might have had E200 engines in them instead of dart engines because they were 56 reg. And they were actually the very last batch of darts produced, I'm pretty certain. Actually, no, not... maybe produced, definitely not registered. Actually, no, definitely not produced. For London, at least, they're the very last ones. And no, it doesn't stop at Luna House. Oh, yeah, thanks. Doesn't it start at Thornton Heath? Hang on a minute. Yeah, you are right. It does start at Thornton Heath. I've decided to just run it down from West Croydon to Addington Village. You know what? No, I'm going to correct myself. I will extend it up to Thornton Heath. I just tend to find the busiest section of the 64 is between Croydon, well, East Croydon specifically, and Selsdon, New Addington area. Brent Road, Little Heath Road, Farley Road, Crome Valley Road, Bollard's Way, Manor Way, Palace of John Whitgift School, St Paul's United Reformed Church, Birdhurst Road, South Croydon Station, Elmhurst School, Birdhurst Gardens, Coombe Road, Selborne Road. Are you going to do school routes or not? Probably not, because those are an extra PVR requirement, and I don't see much benefit in running those, because they'll mostly be duplicates of existing services. Then via Whitgift Centre, and then actually back round to West Croydon Station, and then goes around to West Croydon Station. No, then it comes up here via Croydon University Hospital before terminating at Thornton Heath Pond. Yeah, so it goes up West Croydon, Montague Roads, Sumner Roads. Then no, that's Sumner Road again. Ideally without serving the same place twice. Broad Green Avenue, Canterbury Avenue. Also, I've decided to start it at West Croydon just because that's closer to the depot we have, and I'm just trying to reduce the distance that the routes have to run to go start Croydon University Hospital and then terminate at Thornton Heath Pond, before coming back in on itself on Dunhaven Road North, Croydon University Hospital, Canterbury Roads, Broad Green Avenue, and damn, 700 people waiting at West Croydon and Ruskin Road. That's really random at 11 a.m. Do you also have the N64 running in your game? Like, is a 64 a 24-hour service? Because if not, then you ain't being accurate. And to be fair, the 64 at night is also pretty busy. Also, it serves Poplar Walk. It doesn't actually serve West Croydon bus station on the way back. So I'm going to correct that really quickly. Go up to the top, West Croydon bus station. Delete that. Start it at Whitgift Centre. Yeah, because then down here at Poplar Walk, and then send it back up to Whitgift Centre. And then this will probably start off at every half hourly routes throughout the day. Yep, it's basically 2 hours round trip. Make this be a 24-hour service, starting at yeah, basically on the dot at 35 past is technically when the first service starts, but I'm not going to run it like that. I'm going to run it like this. So it runs half hourly throughout the day, throughout the night. For some reason at Whitgift Centre it's already 1 minute. What? No. Do that instead. Give some more stand time when it comes. Where is Thornton Heath Pond? Give 3 minutes of stand time there, and then when it gets down to Vulcan Way, here, give 2 minutes of stand time. There we go. Just so that it doesn't constantly run around late. I don't know how Croydon Council still gives me 300k a day. I genuinely wish that I had the same Croydon Council that you have, because Croydon Council has given me not even 100 grand a day. I don't know where they're finding that money to give it to me anyway in the first place, but that's a whole different story together. And then, oh, hold on, I have another bus. I do. Perfect. Oh, I just realised, maybe that's not, that's probably not a wise decision, considering we already didn't have enough vehicles for all the routes we have. Now we have 2 pages of unassigned shifts. But you know what? I feel like that will probably be something that I'll have to deal with in the next episodes. Have you rode on a school route ever? Yes, I have. Also, hello, bosses Stephen. 96% of my population is willing to take public transport on your save. yeah, if you look down here, mine's only 50%, which, you know, yeah, it says more of the state of the way I run my services, to be honest. That makes sense. Also, yeah, that is a lot of stops. Welcome to the land of TFO, where we have to have a bus stop every single 200 meters. Because heaven forbid if you make an old lady walk one extra step to a different stop. When depot space was a concern, I found that 24-hour routes help. Yes, I that was very true. And what I used to do is literally specifically just create night routes and run them at ridiculous frequencies just to get buses out in the night. Like, I genuinely ran like the N199 in my previous save every 10 minutes at night just to get space in the depot. So do you like the 2 little trees I've planted? That's increased my my decoration rating. Where is it? I can't remember how to go to the decoration rating. Also, I can also add a new vehicle group if I wanted. In terms of, like, if I wanted to dedicate a certain livery onto a specific route. Which school route was it? I've been on multiple. I can't actually remember off the top of my head, but I've been on quite a few in and around the Bromley Croydon area. I've been on the 663, I've been on the 664, the 638, the 637, the 636 when that used to exist and used to run. I've been on the what was the other ones that I've been on? The 689, I think. Was that, yeah, the 689. I have been on the 689. The one that used to run around Monk's Orchard from West Croydon. So I have been on quite a lot of school routes, yep. All my routes are 20 minutes now, except the 264 and 289, which are every 10 minutes. The 289 is, oh wow, it is really busy and it overtook your 455. To be honest, our most frequent route is probably, would I want to say the 455? I'm pretty certain every single one of our routes is at least every 20 minutes, apart from the 64, which is every half an hour. Let's take a look at. Never mind, the 154 is hourly. That is a shocking level of frequency in London. What are your opinion of the school routes? My opinion of school routes is that I hate them. I do not like being on completely packed school routes with school children. They're just really annoying. Then again, I say that, to be fair, my favourite school route would have to be the 638 because it's completely dead between Bromley and Coney Hall. And it's just... I'll take that any day of the week, just literally an empty bus to take me down to Hayes from Croydon. Not Croydon, from Bromley. Win-win. But yeah. Yeah, you think your X26 is every half an hour. To be fair, that is actually matching the frequency of the X26 in real life. I'm pretty certain, maybe the 407 might be... No, this is every half an hour as well. I feel like my most frequent route is the 130, which is every 20 minutes, and it's only every 20 minutes because the council stipulates that it be every 20 minutes. Although in saying that, nope, this is every half an hour as well. I feel like the next route that I'm probably going to also increase in frequency is probably... Actually, what I'm going to do, whilst I'm here, because this is going to be sad, but the 130 takes up way too many of my resources and doesn't... Because it's a council route, because it's a subsidised route, it doesn't really pay me enough, so I'm going to delete the route for now and use these resources to up the frequency of the 466. So an extra 5 buses. The 466 is my most frequent route every 20 minutes, which is pathetic in London. Okay, so on easy mode, how many buses does this take? This takes 5. We have 5 to play with, because I know that's what the PVR of the 130 was. So we can put 2 extra buses onto this. On a Sunday, it's every half an hour, up this to every 20. Get that going. And then our second busiest route... well, our busiest is the 455, but I don't really want to put any more resources into that for now. The 109 is also incredibly busy. And actually, no, never mind, sorry. The 109 is my busiest route. It's every 15 minutes. I might up this down to every 10 minutes. Actually, what I'm going to do, every 20 minutes on this timetable, and then this timetable is going to be like the peak hour, in quotation marks, timetable. I'll run this at 10 past. This will be every 20 minutes as well. And then this will finish at around 50 past. So what this will do is, throughout the night, technically I have reduced the frequency. It's now every 20 minutes throughout the night and early morning. However, during peak times, when it's most important, when there is demand, it runs every 10 minutes. And what this will do is up the frequency, up the PVR requirement from 3 to 4. So that just requires 1 extra bus. Fantastic. So we have 2 extra buses to spare. So we could increase the frequency of the 154, since we have 2 buses. Take it from 1 bus requirement to 3. Or is already using 2 buses? Oh, it is already using 2 buses. So get this down to every half an hour. This will basically require 3 buses. And also change the run-in times. Change it so that it starts a bit earlier and finishes a bit earlier as well. So it runs at 4:50 from that stop in Wallington. Runs every half an hour, because I'm pretty certain the 154 is pretty busy. So that takes 1 extra bus. So we have 1 extra bus to play with. And another route that requires it is 312. So the 312 will get its frequency upped from every half an hour to every 20. Run it from 5. Does this doesn't require 2 extra. Okay, it just requires 1 extra bus. Fantastic. Start this again also just slightly earlier. There we go. So it runs every 20 minutes now. We don't have enough buses still, but that's fine. It's the same as before, and we also don't have enough bus drivers, so we're going to have to hire more bus drivers. We still do not have enough bus drivers, so we're going to have to hire another 8. Now we have to expand our offices, so hopefully we have enough bus drivers to run all these services. We do, we just don't have the vehicles for them. But that will be something to work on. But with that being said, this will be where I actually end this episode for now. I thank everyone for making it this far. If you've made it this far, always give the video a like, subscribe for more. I stream City Bus Manager at least once a week. I also stream City Skylines, Transport Fever, OMSI 2, and some also probably potential other games in future. But I do thank you. I do thank you for making it this far, and East London Transit is being a bit cautious about the 500s remark. So actually, I'm not going to end it here. I'm going to run it for a couple of more minutes so I can show East London Transit that 500s is an understatement, probably, because I get 500 people waiting at Fairfield Halls for the 109, 466, and 455. So, you know, for 500 isn't even that much, considering he has like 1,400 people waiting for the 64. You know what? Honestly, I found like doing really cheap tickets is also a good way of getting people to actually use your network. But yeah, no. So I'm just going to let this run overnight for the next like couple of more minutes. Yeah, I do apologize. I was going to leave it there, but then I saw some suspicion around that 500 number, and I just want to just want to show that that is possible in this game. It's so unrealistic, because in real life it would never ever be like that many people waiting, unless it was like a tube strike or like the service literally completely collapsed and you had all buses stuck in like one area of the route for like, I don't know, maybe 10 hours straight. Even then, people would just go home. Wow, this is like an extended reel section. I'm not usually supposed to go on for this long. Shock horror. But as you can see, even at 1 in the morning, I mean, to be fair, 10 people isn't exactly a lot. And the large majority of these are waiting for the the 312 in the morning. So these people are going to be waiting there for 3 hours for the very first 312. I've never seen such dedication. Why wouldn't you just like use the app on your phone and come closer to when it's due, the bus? These are questions literally scientists just can't answer, it turns out. It's a Saturday, so might not even show. Ah, damn, you are right. Actually, to be fair, what I found is, like, this game doesn't really do, like, morning rush hours that well either, because even on a Saturday, these stops are, like, pretty busy. It's a Saturday. What? So that makes it okay for 6 people to be waiting there 3 hours for a bus. You know, actually, no, that does make sense. They're probably drunk off their mind, probably puking at the bus stop. They're not actually technically waiting. I will also have to sadly cancel a few more shifts because I don't have enough money. Oh, another 455 shift. I've increased the frequency of the 455 to no avail because I can't even run the buses for the increased frequency. Are there any points in this network that look kind of overloaded? I don't think there is. I mean, the 64 is picking up basically no one through New Addington, which is strange because this area's only night service. And then the 119, which has an LT on it. Interesting. On its morning run, 15 people, picking up 16 now, going to East Croydon. This is probably where they're all going to get off. Actually, only 2 people got off. That's not realistic at all. I just want to see where these people are going on the 119, to be honest. These people have decided they wanted to go to Shirley and come down through West Wickham. Oh, and they have actually gotten off at West Wickham, which is relatively accurate. But what tends to happen is most people from South Croydon tend to get off at East Croydon Station. And at East Croydon Station is where you load up all the people who go like as far as Trinity School, Sandilands. Some go as far as West Wickham. Some even go as far as Hayes, and actually all the way to Bromley. There are quite a few people who do actually do that on the 119. But there are definitely like passenger flows I've noticed when using the service. Whilst we're here, we can also clean up. Wash our buses, fuel them as well, ready for service in the morning. All important things to be doing. We have 3 shifts here that we cannot assign buses to because we do not have the money to afford for those buses. Yep, and also it is a good thing that we decided to actually no, in saying that, wow. Yeah, no, it's a good thing that we withdrew the 130 because the 130 actually upped its frequency to every 15 minutes, so that required even more vehicles. So that means we have some extra spare vehicles here that we're not utilising. Well, we are utilising, but not like up in the frequency of any other services. But as we can see, 20 people now waiting at Croydon Library at 5 in the morning on a Saturday. Slowly but surely, you'll start seeing these numbers tick up. Going up to 20 people, 6 in the morning. What I tend to find, though, on a weekend is it tends to be around midday when it's, like, the busiest. Oh, no, been saying that, 6 in the morning, now we have 70 people, 40, 30. Oh, but we are having empty buses to actually take them away. And although saying that, that's a completely full 119. I actually have no idea where those people would have been like waiting, but here we are, completely full, actually managing to deal with the passenger flows quite nicely. But as we can see, it is growing. There's now 100 people waiting for the 109. That 466 left full. This 312 is nearly full, all waiting for the 407. There's 50 people waiting at Fairfield Halls. And now it's slowly ticking up with 4 buses not to actually fill up at these stops, empty out all the people. So now there's 50 people waiting at Fairfield Halls. It's only 7 in the morning on a Saturday. There's now 90. Now it's finally hit 100, and the passenger numbers are still going up. Now it's 100, and now buses are turning up, filling up, and we're still not picking up all the people waiting. Now we're getting up to 150 people. Now this is crush loads levels, but still not as high as it'll probably go today. They're all waiting mostly for the 466, 80 people waiting. 160 people it got up to there. Now we're coming back down, a few empty buses picking up the people, mopping them all up, down to our hundreds. But we're actually getting 150 now again, 100 waiting at Croydon Library. Now we're getting up to the 200 mark. And as you can see, 500 actually, to be fair, got up to 250 there. 500 is not like a stretch. In this game, you have to really optimize your service. Bear in mind, this is a Saturday, so you don't expect this to be full of commuters. Have you did the 166? I have not done the 166 yet. That'll be a route I will do in the next parts. But yes, I will leave it there. Kind of weird doing my intro a second time, 8 minutes later after doing it, but this is like an overtime section. The deleted scenes, you're not supposed to see this part. But yeah, I still don't know how 96 of the people are willing to take a Reaver. Oh god, you didn't mention you was role-playing as a Reaver in Croydon. Damn. Damn, no, that is a mystery, actually. No, to be fair, Croydon, Reaver Croydon don't do too bad. And Croydon is like mostly dominated by a Reaver and go-aheads, as it is, so makes sense. But yes, I thank everyone for making it this far. Again, if you're new here,